I'm going to simplify another conspiracy for you once again. Okay, so let's say you're BlackRock. You're in control of 40% of the investable assets globally. You're heavily invested in literally every aspect of life. The food industry, medical industry, weapon industry, transportation, the media, everything. By the way, this isn't a conspiracy, this is public data that anyone can find. So once you have all this power, you need to increase demand in order to keep the economy going. What are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna create a crisis. Because you cannot have a $90 billion weapon industry without a war. You cannot have demand for green energy without a climate crisis. You cannot sell a vaccine without a pandemic. And you cannot create media traffic without drama. It's an entire ecosystem controlled from the upper class, and it's no coincidence we're in a perpetual state of crisis.
At the basic level, the big lie is we're a corporation. And they've never told us about it. And if you think about it, if an entity wanted to come into America in the night, a thief in the night, and steal the nation and not get everybody upset about it and not rattle the cage, of course they're going to continue to lie and continue to in the class. You think they're going to have textbooks that say, oh, guess what? In 1913, we came in and we stole your Treasury Department and we started printing our own money and charging you for it. And there's really no balanced budget and we don't intend to ever pay the debt off.
He told the Queen, I'm ending this. We're dissolving this corporation. We're going to go back to being a republic and we'll all be separate. The Pope wasn't happy. You should find the picture of him visiting the Pope. It took 650 planes to remove our gold from the Vatican Bank.
I'm not very happy about it, Jan, to be perfectly honest with you.
The collateral on the debt that they print, and then we are taxed and regulated and inflated and deflated, and we go through boom and bust cycles, and we register all our property in what seems like law, but it's really legalities. It's legal fictions under an admiralty system.
They've made a huge, huge mistake with this one, because even though we thought what was going to happen was they were going to go after him for treason or sedition, but they did criminally charge him, but they didn't go to that extreme. As a result, he has due process, so he can subpoena people and bring things in. Now, let me say something about this 2020 election, is that Biden is the legitimate president, but he's the legitimate president of what is now the bankrupt U.S. corporation. And that was a treaty in 1871. Well, on September 12, 2018, Trump created an executive order. Within that, he outlined in future elections any kind of foreign or domestic interference, specifically for the 2020 election. So we say, how did he know some of these things were going to happen? Election integrity on both sides of the aisle is tough. It's really tough. But what this has done is it's opened the door for Trump to present his case.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Because, what we see on this side of the pond is a very difficult situation where the legal system is politicised in the United States, which is abhorrent to us over here. So the fact that Trump can subpoena, some people saying it's a mistake by Jack Smith, but actually he can subpoena, people can actually see evidence from both sides. That's a sensible move.
Exactly. And it's a great mistake by Jack Smith. Everyone, the media goes, oh, there were 60 court cases that were rejected. No, there were 3. He won 2, he lost 1, 57 were never heard because they had no standing. If you think that they don't have the actual real results from the election, then you're fooling yourself. You know I sit on a task force at the Department of Defense, and the thing is, they've got the goods. They've got the goods. And Trump knew that if he presented any of the goods early on, we'd have a civil war. That he really felt that the people needed to see how bad it could get.
Our prayers have been answered. In essence, everything that we know in our heart and everything that we love about the Constitution of the United States, that life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, no taxation without representation, no big central king, no foreign involvement in our nation. We get to have common law and not admiralty law. We get to have real money. We didn't even have an income tax until 1913. Okay, that there's everything that is coming to the surface in the public today should be nothing but celebrated news, no matter who you are, race, religion, politics. It should not matter, because how in the world does truth hurt us? Truth isn't a weapon. Truth sets us free.